things in your room had been packed away somewhere, replaced by new hobbies. And there were other changes too. Cove's cast got taken off. It was weird to see him without it initially. Yeah, we never got context on that. Underneath the pink plaster ended up being a long, thin scar that snaked across his forearm. Oh, I just put things together. Oh, shiza. So the dad was sad that he broke up with his wife. He managed to get full custody, and there's a kid with a broken arm who still loves his mom. Okay, I did not put things together. Okay, I was like, oh man, I thought, okay, cool. Look, I have all the pieces, the puzzles forming. He also went through a major growth spurt. He was the tallest student in his class for 2 years in a row. Cove will probably hold that spot again next time. In class, people knew him for more than just being tall. He also stood out because of how well he did with school stuff overall. Over the years, he remained familiar in a lot of ways. He talked to people when they came to him, but never really searched out company on his own. And the only kid that came to visit the neighborhood was, when you were little, Shiloh. Well, he was gone. Him and his mom moved back south because of her work, just 1 year after Cove came to Sunset Bird. Nobody had been really... It had been really upsetting when he left. Lizzie was inconsolable for weeks. No one talked about Shiloh anymore. That was a long time ago. He learned that some heartbreaking things became less sad the further away they were, even if they had never gotten better. That was sad in its own way. Things at home were different too. He still lived in the same house and all that, but it wasn't how it was before. Ma dyed her hair purple, wanting something new. She liked it so much she kept dyeing it. You remember calling her mommy as a kid, but that seemed awkward nowadays. You're too old for the word. I love that. That is a nice detail. Lizzie felt too mature for a nickname too. She insisted on everyone calling her Elizabeth. So you did. Your mom seemed to give permission to go places other than the playground and shopping street, which she took advantage of. You rarely saw her around the old neighborhood. In fact, she hardly spent time with you the way she did before. Elizabeth started associating more and more with girls from school who were her own age. Maybe the difference between 13 and 15 was greater than the difference between 8 and 10. You started befriending people like yourself, like Derek Suarez. He didn't live in the neighborhood or go to the same school. What happened was his and Cove's dad struck up a business partnership a few months ago. Since then, Derek would pop up in the area every now and then. It seemed Mr. Suarez was happy to let Derek tag along with his work, even if Derek had time with it. Okay, Mr. Suarez is Derek's dad. Okay, cool. I'm too old to call her mommy anymore. Oh dear, teenage angst and teenage rebellion. Let's go! Without a doubt, everyone and everything around you had changed, in small and big ways. You had to. As time went by, though, it was easy to settle in this new normal. Then, before you knew it, school was over, and summer vacation had come again. Oh, snap, the room looks way different. Oh, this is cool. He got like a picture of some coral and a snorkel, so he really went into the water thing. A gamer chair, definitely. It's like a mini radio. That looks like it has terrible quality though. Also lots of pillows and books, lots of books. It was the first day of summer vacation. The sun was as hot as ever, but you were inside and away from the harsh rays. To be more specific, you were snuggled up in bed, celebrating your time off by sleeping in. It was hot, but you had the blanket over your head to block out the sun. You didn't want it intruding on your lazy morning. Unfortunately, you hadn't prepared for an intrusion. From beneath the blanket, you heard the door creak open. You're still sleeping? Wow. Get up. Oh my god, Elizabeth, you look like Teenager. That is very awkward. Morning. Morning. Now get up. I will come over there. So much for a lazy morning. Mom told me that your friend's at the door. He brought some happy summer gift from Mr. Holden. Mom wants you to take it from him. Say thanks or whatever. So come down already. Oh man, she is so teenage, like, direct. Dang, Arla Forkun is a nerd. Oh my god, you fighting me. We gonna fight. We gonna fight. Come on, what you gonna fight, Crystal Meowie Yippee Bonkers? Teenage angst is crazy. Be right there. Elizabeth said nothing else and left, having done what she was instructed of her. You rolled out of bed, stretching your arms up high and yawning. Time to get ready. You sat yourself in front of the mirror in the far corner of your room. Your reflection went over. Oh, you get to say you're you're picking your own height. Okay, I'm pretty tall. Your reflection went over the whole length of the mirror. You're pretty tall. Cove tended to be the only person around who was even taller, at least even around teens your own age. You liked your height. It suited you well in your mind. You then put the finishing touches on your outfit while ruminating on the situation. Careless as they had been, Elizabeth weren't. Oh my god, Elizabeth? Elizabeth's words piqued your curiosity. You plan on going over to see what Cove was up to, so this worked in your favor. Your reflection grinned back at you. You're looking forward to seeing him. You left your room, taking an easy time down the stairs. Oh, snap. Step 2, second chance. Step 2, second chance. You spotted Mom first, reclining on the couch. She held a magazine in her hands that she was perusing through. Morning, Mom. She looked up at your greeting, a smile instantly appearing on her face.
Thanks.
Good morning, thank you for coming down. She is older. That's cute. Oh, the hairstyle definitely adds to it, though. Ma's at the corner with the Cove. You can't stay over today, unfortunately. Oh, Ma changed. Okay. Why don't you go and thank him before he leaves? Oh, wait. Oh my god, I misread that so hard. With Cove. Cove can't stay over today, unfortunately. Why don't you go and thank Cove before Cove leaves? Okay. I thought Ma had a transition. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, I'm not gonna object, but I completely read that sentence in the worst way possible. You nodded and made your way to the front of the house. Just as she said, Ma was there making conversation. She must have heard you because she looked over her shoulder. Look who finally made it. Morning, sleepyhead. Ma reached forward and knew she was about to pat you on the head. She was taller than average for an adult woman, so you were still little in her eyes, in spite of being so big for your age. You happily let her do it. That kind of small, affectionate exchange was nice. She placed the whole of her hand on the top of your head a second before lifting it back up. Aw, you're down. You're the last one down today, you know that? I was going to stay in longer, so you're welcome. Yes, thank you for gracing us all with your presence this fine day. With a small laugh, Ma stepped aside. Honestly, Mom had a good catch in Ma. Ma's pretty cool. Cove is just as you remembered, exactly how you came to know him to be. Dear God, why are you so close to the screen? No one was this big. This is a little intimidating, I'm not gonna lie. Very soft boy vibes between the soft contours of the face, shoulders, and like everything. The baby colors. The glasses, I do like the nice touch that the glasses are the same. His features were pinched in embarrassment, and he shifted from one foot to the other. He was holding what must be the much talked about gift. At first glance, you realized it was a bouquet of flowers. Then you gave it a real look. No, instead it was carefully cut fruit. Giant soft bear right there. Yeah, he definitely has the soft bear vibes. It made a lot of sense that he was actually Oh, it made a lot of sense that it was actually from Cove's dad. He had to suppress a laugh at this showing. You couldn't imagine many folks buying this sort of thing for their own personal enjoyment. That kind of arrangement was built for the presentation, likely to impress whoever was inevitably going to receive it. It seemed no matter how long he lived here, Mr. Holden would keep going out of his way to be neighborly, and Cove would always be roped into participating. Cove smiled slightly at the sight of you. The sting... Okay, I know this might sound small, but the slight into sight, like, that's awkward wording. Cove smiled slightly at the view of you. The sting of this goofy errand, he was clearly embarrassed to be uneased. Oh, break time. Be back in a bit. Hey, Four. You earnestly grinned back. It wasn't weird at all. It was like when it used to be when you were kids. As time passed, the two of you started to enjoy each other's company. Now, you actually considered him to be a good friend, and not someone you're actually forced around to be by your parents. Hey, it's really nice to meet you. Yeah, you too. You were certain he meant that in agreement. It was already shaping up to be another long summer with plenty of time for the two of you to have fun together. His awkwardness over the task started to creep back in, so Cove nudged the gift closer to you. Oh, ad break. So while we chill for the next minute or so, I actually ended up buying, literally yesterday, a key, like a what do you call this? A key remover for a keyboard, right? Because I accidentally spilled some juice on my keyboard. If I'm doing bad, that's why. It's because the game, because I spilled juice on my keyboard. That's how come I'm terrible at this game. But moreover, it's actually a pretty nifty tool. I never realized just exactly how a keyboard was made until I started popping off the keys. And they're actually surprisingly simple. Like, they have like a little plus in the center, and that's pretty much all that's holding it in. And I'm like, how is this thing like able to be pressed so frequently and still like not like slide off? You know what I mean? I know that's like a really small thing, but like, somebody smarter than me knows physics greater than I do and can give me a good answer. And I think it's because like the key itself is like segmented into like 3 different cylinders kind of that like prevent each other from like expanding, and also like lowering the amount of strain on any individual one of them. Rip juice, the keyboard drink. True. All right, ad over. His awkwardness over the task started to creep back in, so Cove nudged the gift closer to you. He was ready to be relieved of it, and with that, the gift was accepted. Oh, now he's looking all handsome. There you go. This thing is definitely Dad's idea. I wouldn't have gone for something else. Oh no. Pardon, this is Cove speaking. This thing was definitely Dad's idea. I would have gone for something else. But if you can't eat it all, I wouldn't mind taking a couple skewers. He smiled, looking amusedly at the gift and back to you. You called that one. Thank you. Did you tell your dad that we love our gift? Yeah. Mr. Holden's behavior was really different than any neighbor you've ever had. Though, after 5 years, you're used to his antics, and you've since made up your mind on what his opinion was. He was great and kind of handsome to boot. No, he was sort of funny. Sometimes that could be a good thing, and other times it was a bad thing. Your thoughts were quickly interrupted by a shout. There you are! You shared a confused look with Cove. As one, both of you stepped through the open door into the neighborhood street. It didn't take long to locate the source of the noise. You spotted Derek, just a few yards down the road. He ran up to you. Okay! You're confused at the sight of him. You hadn't expected to see Derek today, although you never really knew when he'd appear. Oh yeah, he's the kid, right? He's, okay, cool. After me stopping a few steps away, Derek hunched over to catch his breath. He then looked up with a wide grin.
Hey, my guys. I was just